start with the outside garden first. You can see my tomato plant has grown more again over the last week. It was, what, only about this high last week. We've had a couple of good rains, including a big one yesterday. That's doing great. And then these are my blackberry plants, and you can see the remnant of a blackberry flower down there. I took a picture of it yesterday. And look how tall my tomato plants have gotten. They're doing amazing. Remember last week I said I planted dragon bush beans, and here they are a week later. Look how much they've grown. It's crazy. And I planted some in the back where I pulled up the peas, and it looks the same. And my beautiful Thai basil is starting to get pretty blossoms. And I heard, I read somewhere that it's okay if they get blossoms. This is another one of those types of basil, along with the holy basil, that doesn't change its flavor when it gets blossoms. We will see. I haven't tested to see if that's true or not yet. So yeah, the tomatoes are coming along great. The barrage, my mom pronounced it better the other day, but it's spreading. It doesn't look very neat. Oh, cabbage moth, get away. Cherry tomatoes are coming along nicely, and we have a lot of new growth of tomatoes on the plants, which is just awesome. Moving into our garden, as you see, I still have not planted the cellulosea. I will soon, hopefully. One of the things I'm really excited about is I now have Crookneck Squash growing. I cannot wait to eat those. I've been harvesting the other types of squash and zucchini that I have, and you know, they do, I had heard, but now I'm seeing that it's true, that when you cut your first couple of squash from a plant, it starts producing more. And look at this, just in a week there's 3, I think there's a couple more on the other plant that have started producing. Another thing I want to show you, my regular cucumbers, these are the early fortune cucumbers, are finally starting to produce plants. You can see this one, it's not very big yet, but it looks like the first legitimate kind of one to be producing there. And then there's another one in the back there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's looking good. My female spaghetti squash is finally producing female flowers. So hopefully we will have some spaghetti squash in the works. This is the one winter squash I'm trellising up. And I've heard they don't do great doing this, but I'm going to try it. If I don't get any spaghetti squash this year, it'll be what it'll be. It's all a learning process. But the thing I'm most proud of is, look how big this acorn squash is getting. I put it on top of a stone, but look, this acorn squash is getting massive. In fact, 2 days ago it was about half this size. Look how big this thing is. It's getting, let's see, it's almost too big for my hand now, which is just awesome. So excited about that. And the spaghetti squash, the acorn squash vine is just taking over the fence here. My flower bed is kind of getting crazy. The cleomes are leaning now, but you can see more are blooming. We're there, and my other flowers, my zinnias, are doing great. It's pretty busy. It's full of bees all the time, and I'm really happy about that. And my coxcombs are getting pretty tall. We have I've never seen a white globe amaranth before. There it is. It's so pretty. It almost kind of looks like a lily kind of shape. So the garden's doing great overall. The tomatoes over here are doing fantastic. I harvested my first shishito pepper, sorry, yesterday, and we got another one coming along. It's looking really healthy. And it looks like my fish peppers are finally going to start blooming, so we can start getting some fish peppers, because this is honestly the one I'm most excited. I love this variegated color on the leaves. This is not a disease. This is healthy. This is how they're supposed to look. And it's just such a fun looking plant. It's just so pretty. My Lima beans are just taking off. They're doing amazing, and I just love to come out and see them vined up like this. So yeah, overall, everything's doing really good. I'm really happy. And I'm keeping it short for you this time because while there's a lot happening, there's nothing hugely new. And, you know, these videos, while I love people looking at them, they're partially just to document for my own purposes, my own journal keeping purposes, how great the garden is doing. End with a look at my eggplant plant, which is a small plant, but it seems to be doing a lot better since I relocated it from inside that area to out here next to the tomatoes. Seems to be really happy. So, tell me what you think. How is your garden doing? Are your tomatoes going gangbusters like mine? Kind of crazy there. Hit like if you enjoyed this. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.